it's crunch time. We only have a few hours to get a couple barn doors made, a corral door made. We have the most important thing that is coming to our property.
Because the horses are coming much earlier than we originally planned, we were hoping to have had the barn actually started, if not already built, before they get here. But since that's not gonna happen and they're literally showing up in 48 hours, we are going to use the mini barn that was already here existing on this abandoned property. It has great bones, but it's missing some front doors. And we need to make sure that we go around and make sure that there's absolutely no screws or anything that are sticking out where the existing barn doors actually were at some point. I'm assuming in one of the Nova Scotia storms they blew off over the years, who knows, but we know there was a tractor and stuff stored in there. But we're going to put our horses in there over the next 2 months while we get situated on our barn build, which is going to happen sooner than later. So we're going to use some 3/4 inch plywood here and some of the same similar slats that we used to build the corral and create just a really like ranchy style barn doors that can go on the front of this barn. When we build our actual like huge barn build, we're going to do the really awesome double apron doors because we are dreaming of those. But since eventually this will house our feed and our extra supplies for our bigger barn, we want to make sure that this is going to seal and there's going to be no moisture or breeze coming into the barn for long-term use of this barn. Because this barn's going to get a full paint and revamp more like in the spring when the weather permits for that. But for right now, it just needs some doors. So where the original barn door was, we have no idea what it looked like because any of the pictures we've seen, this barn wouldn't have been on the property. We don't really know when it showed up, but it's definitely not from this property because there's the wrong address on the top. So we know in true Nova Scotia fashion, buildings move from property to property all the time here. And I'm not the only one who rearranges buildings, YouTube family. And so this was brought here at some point and it has a whole bunch of screws and just things that are just like sticking out all along the front here that we want to make sure this is completely safe for the horses. And we will be adding like some additional trim and sort of make it look board and batten and stuff. But again, right now in the next 48 hours, we have to just get the door on. All of our bedding and everything that's gonna go in the barn is already here. But before we do that, Philip is going to do some shingling on the barn, make sure that the small leak that we have on this side is rectified before we put our fresh bedding in for the horses.
Run a few miles down a desert road, stare too long at a 2-foot rose. Fixing something that's been broken. Go get lost in a little town, get dressed up and just drive around. Get both feet on some solid ground.
We have a door, now let's add some details, right? I'm gonna do one in the middle that's like exactly the middle.
Yeah.
And let's do like a bottom X.
Oh, adorable. I like
because we have a design that we want to do for a gate at the end of our driveway that has like a double X on the front, very like ranch style. I think it'll look really cool. So I want to carry that onto this barn, even though this is just going to be for feed. I still want it to be cohesive throughout the rest of the property. And then we're going to do the same idea when we do our barn build, where the doors will be the same as this, but apron doors. So the top and the bottom both will open separately, but the X will be at the bottom. I think it will look the same throughout all of them. I think it's going to look that much better like throughout the whole property. So eventually this barn is going to match like the house, and the new barn build's going to match. It's all going to tie in together. So these little details I think at the end will make a big difference. We had no idea how we were gonna come up with the X to make sure that we had all the angles correctly cut. And we were like, what saw are we gonna use? We have a miter saw, we have a table saw, we have a scroll saw, we have a jigsaw, we have the circular saw. We're like, which one's gonna work out? And I was like, I think I can make this an X. Let's just figure this out. So we tried to do this main center one as easy as possible. So we started one board at this side corner here. They started the top one at the opposite corner, which gave us a dead center middle point of our X. Then we had the scrap piece that got cut off of both ends. It's like, let's just try to figure this out. So we laid it over top, did the same system with the top corner to the middle, and then this bottom corner point to this corner here and put it down. And it, by the grace of, we only have 48 hours before horses come.
By the grace of 48 hours.
We managed to get the perfect X. And I was worried that the X would look lopsided, like high, top, or bottom, or side to side. We are exactly dead center of our X, 24 inches for our 48-inch wide board. We couldn't be happier with our X, but now we have to do this to a second door. So we're gonna glue this on, bar some brad nails in it, and this first door is complete. That didn't take us that long.
No, and it looks really good.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Nice
And we
barn
mastered
door.
that, so now we can do this for the other projects that we want to have the...
We are the master
Okay,
barn
I've
builders.
given up on the nozzle of the wood glue, and I've gone straight to, it's cold outside. We're going blobs now,
It's the only way.
and it's actually working much better. I feel like we're getting much more secure glue job this way. Hammer in, I'll do the other one.
Oh, the sun.
It's leaving us.
It's tucking in behind.
So now we'll have to put it into position and raise it up so that it hangs in the right spot. But it looks so good. Barn door number 1, partially complete. We have to do the hinges. Obviously it needs to get painted along with the rest of the barn, but if we can just get the barn doors done today, I think we'll sleep a lot better tonight knowing that that's ready and we can get the bedding in the morning. How fun is that? It's so pretty. So they're just leaning where they're going to be approximately. We still have to take out all those screws, put the hinges on and have them on, but look at our doors. I'm actually incredibly proud of these doors. We have not built barn doors before, and I think these turned out exactly how we envisioned them. We wanted the X's on the bottom. Now I can totally see what our apron doors are gonna look like on our actual barn build we're gonna be doing, but those are pretty dreamy, I think. Now they just need some paint.
Elysia right now is starting our corral doors, and we finished the barn doors yesterday, and we're gonna hang them both kind of after we finish the corral doors.
We're probably gonna get rained out here, although we will be working in the rain, so we thought we might as well get everything built.
Yeah.
And then if we have to just do the hanging, if it starts pouring, then that's, you know, the least that we would want to do on the pouring rain for too long. It's been snowing and then raining and then snowing and raining, so we'll see what it gives us for the rest of the day. But the weather looks good for them to get hauled tomorrow, so we should be good to go.
Sunrise in West Virginia, sleep talking on the front porch, running barefoot to a creek. We learned to drive the van, then we had to hide it from the fishermen. 2 French braids make believe in, like my own sister. Our souls weave together, beaded bracelets I won't forget, friends forever. Counting up our crawdads, both of us 8 years old. Clawfoots are brand only cold. In the middle of the night, we found baths in the loft with our flashlights. We were together, that made it alright. Like my own sister, our souls weave together, beaded bracelets I won't forget, friends forever.
Our plan is to hang it so that it is as tall as the 3rd slat up here. And then we're gonna make it as level as we possibly can, since we went with the shape that the land actually went on. It's not totally straight, obviously the left pole and the right pole, because we just went with what shape the earth already gave us here. So we're gonna make sure that the gate's super level. Another reason why we thought that the X would be cute instead of the slats, because then they didn't have to line up. And we just kept it really simple, but I think that this is actually gonna add quite a bit of charm to the front entry of the corral. I love the X. And I think, like we said earlier in the video, when we do our front gate at the beginning of our property at our driveway, or the doors that will apron on our new barn build, I think the X will just be cohesive through the whole property, and it's gonna look so good. But I think the X looks really nice, especially since we did all the slats. More slats would have been, I don't know, too many slats. Our corral gate is on. I think it looks amazing. One door on, and then the battery on the drill died. So we're gonna wait and hang the second door in about a half an hour or so. So we thought, since it's raining and we're running out of daylight, we just installed an LED light that's in the inside of the barn here. This cord will be drilled through the side in a few minutes here when we get there, but for right now, we're just gonna utilize the extension cord we have hooked up. have a little bit of light to put all of the bedding in the barn right here to get ready for tomorrow. And we purchased some hay nets and some different supplies that will go in here for the horses to make them feel comfortable and have their like food and water and stuff in here. So we're gonna get all the bedding in now, and then we're gonna let the boys put the hay and the nets and stuff they got extra for the horses for Christmas in the barn in the morning just before they get here. It'll give them something to do in the morning while we wait for the trailer to arrive. But I think if we get the bedding in here tonight, it'll be nice to get that all finished. And then the door on. I had two charging. I think the cold, you know, zapped out the second one. But okay, I'm gonna move these tools. We have this scraped out as much as we need to get the bedding in here. And we've gone around and made sure that none of the screws that we had around the inside or the outside where the old door used to be have now been taken out to make sure that it's safe.
Yeah.
So that is great. We've done like a full safety check. We didn't have a chance to get the shingles on the roof yet, but we're hoping, since it says it's gonna be +9 here later on in the week, that we can have a day where we can get out and do a little bit of that when the horses are over in their play area or something for now. But
I love it.
I know this is just like their temporary spot, but they're being housed together right now and they're just babies. So I think this is actually going to be cozy for them just for the next, I would say maybe 2 months until we can break ground on the actual barn build that we're going to do. They're going to be so comfy in here and they're going to have tons of interaction with us. It's going to teach them all about their property and different things. So I think this is just a nice little transition spot for them. And then we'll get to build our stable barn for them. And Philip's mom and dad bought us the most amazing gift for Christmas that is going to go on the top of our new barn when we get our barn built in the spring. We were nearly in tears. It was the sweetest gift ever, and I think our YouTube family will see why we think it's so awesome. I don't think they need to be trimming any trees while they are here.
Just hooves.
Just some hoof trim. First bedding for the horses. There's gonna be a lot of milestones on this homestead this year, I think. I'm curious how many of these bales of pine chips it's actually going to be to fill this barn to make it super comfy.
Rusty red on her shoulder, I was cleaning her shoe when it clicked on the trot over in the bright morning dew.
So that's 15. But I would honestly think I wanted at least another double thickness in the bottom. So I think they'll be closed tomorrow, but the next day I'll probably go get another truckload. And that'll just do us to top of the barn, and then I'll probably have to go do another truckload so that we have spares for the week or two to be able to come in and muck out the barn. But I'm gonna get the little rake and just kind of make it cozy for now. You got a system down pat already, do you, Dayton? We just filled our first hay nets. Horses should be here anytime. But we just filled those first hay nets. We're just gonna put them in the corral for now. We're gonna get our nighttime light on because they're arriving much later today in the day than we planned.
Do you guys want to maybe do just a circle and we can show them, Day? If you want to grab his lead.
She had a star on the forehead that was easy when I let down her bridle, saw into his eyes. We had a deep understanding, never had to use a bit. Wasn't mutual arrangement, and an honest effect. Can she walk in the fire? Can she run in the rain? Can she make it up the mountainside? Can she make it down again? I have often wondered if she'll go beyond the fence. Will she keep on moving on on where to stay and what could have been. Will she keep on moving on where to stay and what could have been?
These guys literally have had the longest day, and it wasn't what we expected. At the start of the day was great, and we were happily anticipating them coming, and then the time got pushed back, and then it got pushed back, and then it got pushed back again, and we didn't understand why, because the original person that we purchased the animals from told us that the animals left at a certain time and they never showed up for 3 hours, longer than what they should have been. They've been in a trailer for over 9 hours with no water. They literally fell out of the trailer. It was heartbreaking. I hated every little moment of it, and it made me so mad. They're here now. We've got them fed. The boys are doing a little bit of lead work right now just to get their legs going and working and getting them into some hay, and we got water for them right now. They've both ate their grain for the night, and they both have been eating the hay nice, and they both had water. So we're waiting for them to do some droppings right now, and hopefully soon they'll have some. But the boys are loving them right now. Oh my gosh. So Chase has London and Dayton has Hudson. And I think the boys found some best friends already. Oh, aren't you adorable, London? Hi, London. And they are just the sweetest ever. They are raised with nothing but love, for sure. They are so sweet. I couldn't be more happier with the horses themselves. The horses are perfect. Oh, you are perfect, Hudson. Yeah. Oh, good job, Dayton. Really good job. Leads Hudson right to water. Good job, Huds. Good job, buddy. I can't even believe that they're here right now.
The thing is that you have to be really calm near them. If you're
Yeah.
super excited, then they'll freak out, right?
Yeah. These
We
guys,
don't really know what happens because we've been calm this whole time.
well, horses get silly too, just like humans. They all have their own little personality. But I think Gina did a really good job with them. What do you think?
Yeah.
He's trying to get it out. They're just...
Already made it a mess.
I love how woolly they are. Oh my gosh, they're like woolly mammoths. Chase over here with London.
Hello.
What have you learned about London so far?
She's very, very calm.
She is calm. And she is sweet, isn't she?
Yeah.
Honey.
The horses are here. And they're eating from the hay nets. The smallest thing, but it's just amazing.
Oh,
They had a really long day driving, but they're happy. I mean, I would be happy to get a vehicle for that amount of time, so. Do you think they knocked that inside board down? Or do you think it's still there? Do you think the inside board's still up, or do you think they knocked it down with the hay?
I hope it's still there. How much hay do you think they...
We had 2 full hay nets and a black bin full of hay. We just wanted to see overnight, like, how much would they eat the first night here. I'm hoping they got some sleep, but I know they probably didn't sleep that long. Is the board up?
Morning.
Oh!
You guys eat all the
Oh my gosh, let me see. We have one almost completely empty hay net. Good morning, Hudson in London. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at. Oh, both the hay nets were right there. I couldn't tell. Oh wow, they've devoured 2 full hay nets and what's in the bin?
Down to the bottom of that one.
Perfect timing. It's time for morning grains, guys.
You guys want to go for a little walk?
The boys are gonna want to get your grain in a second.
I'm gonna go in with them and harness them.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to put their halters this morning? I got to take them off last night. Your turn. Good morning. Hi. Did you guys have a nice quiet night here? You guys look like you're kind of just waking up this morning, huh? Hi, London. Morning, Hudson. We could get your hay nets all filled up. Okay, so that's a good gauge. So we'll put a couple more of the black bins in. But also they were incredibly hungry. Oh, she's like, that's my... She went to knock it off. Curious girl. Oh, good job, Hudson. You missed my nose, Dad.
I'm just getting used to it, buddy.
Well, you got mitts on. You should have taken your mitts off. Good job. So the place that had the horses, they sent us with 2 really colorful, pretty harnesses. Let me try that again. I'm not awake yet. The place that had the horses sent us with 2 brand new halters for the horses to wear. So they're going to wear them for a couple weeks here while we're waiting for some other ones that we want to order for them to come in. They are so adorable. So Hudson is in the orange and then London is in the bright blue. Hi, boy. You guys look happy this morning. I bet you this barn was quieter than where they were, because where they were with a whole bunch of other horses and a bunch of other animals on the farm they were at. And our property was dead quiet last night. Hey, Philly, when we went to bed and tucked them in,
Yeah.
the chickens were all asleep, the ducks were sleeping.
What'd I do to you, Bubba? What did I do to you?
Take your mitts off. That tag thing goes on the left side of his face. This part, yeah, there you go. You got it all twisted around now.
Yeah.
First day with the new halter, Daddy?
Yes.
There you go. Oh. There you go. Good job. He's being so patient for you to figure that out. Good job.
Thanks.
Oh, London is, sorry. Good
Thanks,
job,
London.
London. Mommy's not awake yet.
Take me out.
Want to go in your round pen for a little bit? Oh, good morning, honey. Look how pretty she is.
See my girl. Can you just pass me the leads and then we'll take the wood off?
No, I'm looking at my horses.
Good morning, Hudson.
You too, family. These are the best 2 ever. Oh my goodness. Last night, tell them what happened last night. We were FaceTiming Philip's mom and dad.
Okay, so I wish I got it on film because it was the cutest thing ever. So we both brought them into the barn and then we let them settle for a bit and we were just hanging out here in front, and then Elysia and I were like, let's call my mom and dad because they've been messaging all day like, I haven't heard anything from you guys.
Are they here yet? Are they here yet?
Yeah. And they came super late, like really late, so we didn't get a chance to even tell them they were here after all the excitement. So we FaceTimed them. As soon as we FaceTime, London goes into the pile of chips, frolicking around, laying on her back, rolling, and it was the
Complete
cutest...
360s back and forth.
Yeah. I wish I got it on film. I'm sure we will, but it was so cute, and it was just like a moment where you're like, you're home.
Yeah, she was loving it. She was like, fresh bedding, this is amazing. So it's winter time, and where they are, the last couple of weeks it's been raining like a ton. So the horses definitely need a wash down, but it's winter and it's not the best time to obviously soak them. So we're gonna try to give them a bit of a cleaning and a little bit of a brushing, but they're gonna have to kind of stay this way for a few weeks while we have some of our coldest temperatures in January that we get here in Nova Scotia. But they're happy, so they can be a little muddy for now. She's like, I know my lead's on. That means I'm gonna go somewhere.
Filling up the hay.
Filling up the hay. Hey, what are you doing?
Hey.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, I'm filling up the hay. Hey.
We've had too many horse puns and horse jokes over the last couple of days. Super fun morning routine. Your whole life just changed. Your whole mornings just changed for the rest of your life.
They just got brighter.
They just got so much brighter. And I guess my job this morning is mucking out the barn. So as many of you know, our horses were supposed to arrive on the 27th, and they actually didn't arrive on the 27th. The lady didn't come until the 28th, and then she was supposed to come mid-morning, didn't come in the morning. Supposed to come by 3, didn't come by 3. We were starting to get a lot worried. And then by 5-ish, she wrote and said she still wasn't gonna be here. And then they finally arrived sometime after 6 o'clock. The day didn't go really that smoothly. So we were like very, just like, oh, about the whole ordeal of them getting hauled here. So it wasn't like the best experience, but the main important thing is that they're here and they're happy. And we just are so relieved that they finally got here, because yesterday was a lot. So they're happy here right now. You want to see them? You're waiting for your hay nets, huh? You already ate the pile I gave you. So right now, Philip and I are working on a really neat plan we have for the fencing for the rest of the property. These babies are gonna hang out in the round pen just for a couple weeks here while we get going, aside from our trail walks just around our property, and they can be out with us like outside of this. But if they're just hanging out when we're just out here working, they can hang out in here for a bit. You know, we are going to be making a pasture on the left side of the property, a pasture on the right, and then we also have acreage in the back as well that we're going to be doing some work on. They're going to love it here. And I mean, they get to overlook the brook. The boys are going to come out and give them their morning grain. They gave them grain when they arrived yesterday, and they thought that was the best thing on the planet. So looks like morning grain is going to be the boys' job.
I want to call them my woolly mammoths.
They're your woolly mammoths.
Oh, they're so adorably woolly right now.
They have their winter wool right now, so they're so fluffy. We're super impressed with all the work and the love that was given to the horses before they arrived here. The lady that had them was just absolutely amazing with them. They've had a ton of training already, and their temperaments are absolutely incredible. They've had tons of sensitivity training where there was dogs and chickens and tons of farm animals that would roam on the property. And not to mention they were with tons of other horses. I think there was a total of 9 that were like with them when they were out there. So they've had a lot of experiences already, and this property is just going to give them all the more experiences. And they are just chilling, like kind of like they've always been here. She whinnied for him when he was still in the barn on the way over. She was like, where are you? And then he waited for a minute, and then he whinnied back, and then he was like, I'm coming.
Kinda coming. And wood chips clearly laying down.
That's good. I was happy to see they both had wood chips all stuck to them. That meant they got some rest last night. We're gonna put one of our
tonight I'm gonna
our low security cameras in the barn so we can kind of peek in on them.
Yep, we have a couple extra security cameras, so we're gonna take one down, put it in the barn today so we can keep an eye on them all night, because last night Elysia and I both barely slept a wink because we kept going to check to see if they were okay.
We didn't disturb them. We just went to the door and like listened, like if there was any movement, because we were hoping they were sleeping. But
they were definitely sleeping.
Yeah, there was no noises.
Once we turned the light off, they were just out.
I love the sound. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
She's always got her ears put back.
When she's eating with him.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's like, she's on the verge of nipping. She's just on that slight edge.
He tries to take from the same hole she is.
Yeah,
You stinker.
That's my hay.
You have your own hay net.
Can we show
The sun just, oh yeah, right. And this is why we put the round pen here.
Pay attention to the sound, the one that's coming from your mouth. Don't mean to turn it upside down. I really wanna hear you out. I can't know how it is to be where you so calmly sit.
Water.
When I'm further
Get their big water
minded,
trough things out today, okay? Get it.
catching only part
Daddy and I are
of
gonna
it.
fill it up. Takes time to fill it.
Be, to really see something other
Yeah, we do.
than just me.
Licking and chewing, JC. Licking and chewing. She's relaxing. Her head's low. See how she's licking and chewing? She's comfortable with you.
Open up
She wouldn't be doing that if she wasn't.
to the sound.
Yeah.
If I could give you more than half an
buddy.
ear.
Some pets day.
If I could give you more than half an ear.
Oh, still gonna go back for some more.
It's like, was that the grade? Was that the wolf?
Sit on
I hit the brakes, throw stones into a quiet lake. What is it you're really saying? I turn the thoughts to little waves. Space on either side of every single word I write. I found you in another line. Notice all the time it takes to just be.
I want to thank everyone so much for all of the love and support as we enter this new adventure. As many of you know, we're often taking these grand adventures and they all stem from our dream bucket list that we create together as a family. This is something that we honestly thought would never be possible. And it's just amazing. Hudson's gonna come see me like, why are you sitting on the ground? It's just amazing to have so many people behind us cheering us on, and just the love that everyone has for our family is just so absolutely overwhelmingly. I'm surrounded by horses. I'm literally sitting in the dirt. They're just like, what is she doing in here? Hi. We also want to thank everyone who's already ordered their Hudson and Lennon ornaments on our ElysiaEnglish.com site. All of the proceeds for those ornaments are going towards our barn build that we're doing in the early spring. If you still want to get a set of ornaments on your own, you can head to the shop. We're going to be leaving it up for just a few more days. All of the orders have already been shipped out. There's a few that you still might be waiting for, as shipping over Christmas was a little delayed everywhere, but they will be in your mailbox soon. This is the best day of my life right now. Hi. Hi, boy. But as always, thank you so much for cheering us on. I'm sending love from each and every one of us here and from the horses. This is just like an incredible video that we can even put on our channel and look back, excuse me, camera hog, and just look back at the day that our horses got here. There's going to be a lot of milestones on our channel this year. We have so many projects in the works, and we're just so glad that we have you guys to be a part of it. Filming's gonna get interesting around here, YouTube family. He's literally trying to sit on me. But anyways, we love you. Is this real life? Thank you so much. Honestly, if you're subscribed to our channel, if you're new to our channel right now, having our YouTube family has made all of our dreams so far over the last year and a half or so that we've been on YouTube come true. And every day and every month just gets better, and it's because of all of your support. So we love you. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.